On a chilly evening in a Detroit neighborhood, Jasmine watches her local factory close its doors for good, another casualty of shifting economies. Families face unemployment, crime rates spike, and community trust frays. But why does one person's misfortune become a social problem? What invisible threads tie Jasmine's story to millions more? Stick with me. This book untangles the messy web of social problems, showing us it's never just about individuals but bigger forces at play. We often label social problems as personal failings, but that's just one slice of the truth. How do sociology and perspective flip what we see? Jasmine's story isn't just about losing a job. Linda Mooney highlights how the factory shutdown triggered a domino effect: parents stressed, kids skipping school, local shops shuttering. It's like watching a neighborhood heartbeat slow and weaken. Her community's challenges aren't isolated, they ripple across families and generations, showing social problems are deeply woven into everyday life. Think of social problems like weather. When it storms, individuals get wet, but blaming the person for carrying no umbrella misses the real cause. Mooney uses this analogy to explain how social issues are patterns influenced by structures, policies, and culture. These are the atmospheric conditions, not just individuals' choices. Once you accept that social problems come from systemic winds and storms, your focus shifts. Instead of judging Jasmine or her neighbors, you look at factory closures, economic shifts, and policy failures. This shift can transform despair into action, revealing opportunities to rebuild communities instead of punishing them. Why do some problems explode into headlines while others hide in shadows? The answer is in who holds power and how it spins our stories. Mooney shares how affluent neighborhoods often sweep homelessness under the rug, literally and figuratively. In Beverly Hills, homeless folks get less visibility and resources compared to city centers, despite the problem's size. It's a tale of how communities decide which issues are worthy of attention, revealing gaps shaped by privilege and who cries loudest. Imagine power like a camera lens zooming in and out. Those controlling it decide what's in focus. Mooney explains that social problems aren't objective truths. They're defined by interest groups, media, and politicians who shape public perception. Changing the zoom changes what counts as a problem and who gets blamed or helped. The payoff? When marginalized groups name their struggles, say activists spotlighting police brutality, it disrupts accepted narratives. This sparks social movements that force institutions to reckon and reform. The surprising insight: problems become real only when recognized by those who hold power, so revolutions start with redefining reality. You've seen the headlines: homelessness rises, crime spikes, healthcare gaps persist, but quick fixes rarely work. Where do real solutions come from? Take the quick fix of boosting police patrols in high-crime areas. Mooney tells us this often reduces symptoms temporarily, but ignores root causes like poverty, education, and housing. Detroit's experience shows that more cops on streets didn't solve the economic despair, making crime a survival tactic. Systems thinking is like tuning a giant orchestra, where one bad instrument, say failing schools, throws off the whole harmony. Mooney highlights how social problems overlap: education, employment, healthcare, discrimination, and how ignoring these links dooms efforts to patch one issue without affecting the others. The real magic happens when communities take charge, rewriting the script rather than playing a part in someone else's story. Mooney shares inspiring examples. From neighborhood cooperatives in Chicago to health initiatives led by local leaders, these empowered groups build sustainable change by addressing interconnected problems with own solutions. Remember Jasmine on that cold Detroit night. Her struggle wasn't a glitch, it was a symptom of a tangled web. Mooney shows us to move beyond blame and quick fixes, seeing social problems as living systems shaped by power and perspective. Try this. Next time you hear about a social issue, pause and ask, what's the bigger story behind the headline? It might just change how you act. Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.